welcome back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBay. I am MovieBay, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review over episodes 5 through 8 of Netflix's The Trust. But before I get too into it, though, I would like for y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on MovieBay, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that is the type of content that you like, you might as well stick around and hit the subscribe button. And if you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. Put your girl into the YouTube algorithm, okay? Engage with me. Engage with the video. Engage with each other. Because this show is messy. This show is controversial. This show pissed me off. So without further ado, I'm going to touch on the important plot points of episodes 5 through 8. So let's get into it. So in episode 5, Julie ends up taking the deal for the $15,000 if she votes for somebody and that person ends up going home. That episode, Bryce does indeed end up going home because multiple people voted for him to leave. He really should have kept that millionaire secret. You didn't have to get that off of your chest. Don't know why you felt the need to do so. It's like on one end, I understand being proud of being young and accomplished. But on the other hand, it's kind of like read the room. Because when you start saying things like, I finally get to wear my Armani shoes, yay. Things like that rub people the wrong way. Because that's that fine line between being humble and bragging. Y'all know a humble brag? He was just bragging. There was no humility in that at all. After Bryce goes home, this lights a fire under Brian and Gasper's. I'm laughing because somebody in my last video was like, there's no Jasper. It's Gasper with a hard G. Okay, I also mispronounced Tolu's name, so where's your cape for her? Get the fuck off my video with that bullshit. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Period. Anyways, Brian and Gasper, or Jasper, however it comes out my mouth when I say it, they felt the need to eliminate all of a sudden. Yes, go against what they believed in at the very beginning of the show, and now all of a sudden, they are cool with getting rid of somebody, plotting to get rid of somebody. They're thinking Mama J because, you know, she's been proven to be a loose cannon, and then they turn their focus to Winnie. Why, you might ask? Oh, well, because Winnie voted for Bryce to go home, and she didn't even look him in his eye as he left. That proves she's cold and heartless. Boy, we don't get the fuck out of here like Ann. So, who cares? What's the problem? What is really the problem? Why do y'all want to target Winnie and Tolu before Mama J? Okay, let's continue. Now we have Lindsay. Lindsay officially chooses her side in this episode. She's been riding the fence for 4 episodes straight. And now she decided she's going to go with the boys. With Lindsay, first off, this lady really pissed me off. And I'm pretty sure I'll get to it later. But she really pissed me OFF because she created this rhetoric of Winnie and Tolu turned mean and made me feel not safe. How did they turn mean? Winnie and Tolu been the same since they stepped foot through the door to the day they left. They didn't turn mean. They've been, quote unquote, mean. And how do you not feel safe? Did they threaten you? Did they whoop your ass? Were they cursing you out? They did not do any of that. So I don't like the fact that Lindsay and later on the men in the house created this rhetoric that Winnie and Tolu were mean and aggressive and disrespectful. And like, I hated that. And threatening, I hated that. Because as a black woman, as being black, period, that stereotype is often placed on us. And that's not healthy to have, especially on TV. No, I don't stand for that. So the same way how I didn't really care for Tolu and Winnie's antics at the beginning of the season, especially more specifically when it came to Jewel's, I damn sure am Team Winnie and Tolu this later half of the season. So if y'all don't like that, click off the video right the fuck now. During the next trust game, Winnie receives a vault card because all of her candles were blown out as the person who, quote unquote, told the most lies. Ironically so, Julie, the actual person who has told the most lies, only has 1 candle blown out. Make it make sense to me. In this vault, Winnie takes an offer that she gets $20,000. That's it. She gets $20,000. But if nobody goes home, the next ceremony, she will go home. So Winnie knows that she's in hot water. I mean, as Winnie, and Julie speak, Jake and Gasper are trying to get Winnie out. They're trying to persuade Lindsay and Julie to get to their side so they can vote Winnie out. And mind you, Gasper's like, we have to kid glove Julie through the whole process because she's so sensitive. What? Julie has been voting people out left and right. Where's the sensitivity? But meanwhile, y'all paint Winnie as the villain. She's dangerous. But Julie, you have to kid glove her? Okay, do y'all understand where I'm coming from now? Because this isn't the only time that this has been said. Let's proceed. Winnie is trying to get Julie to vote with the girls to get Jake out of the house in order to save Winnie's butt. And Julie doesn't want to vote. This is exactly what the girls were afraid of from day 2 when she fell into this showmance with Jake. Who are you really riding with? Us, your alliance since day 1, or this guy that you have a crush on? He doesn't like you, girl. And yes, I Googled if they continued their little relationship outside of the show. They did for a little bit, didn't work. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Like, what? You are a fantasy to that boy. She's such a pick-me. It's ridiculous. So with episode 6, Winnie and Tolu figured out that Lindsay was the one who switched sides and blew out Winnie's additional candle, leading her to quote-unquote lose that game. And Winnie basically knows she's going to go home. So before she goes home, she plans on blowing Julie or Lindsay's game up. So the trust game for this episode is just another game where Jake plays Julie. He gives other people chips when he could have easily given her chips based off of questions or whatever. And I'm like, girl, you really think this boy like you? He keeps showing you time and time again that he is willing to choose Brian and Gasper over you. And you see it over and over again, but you continue to just be blind to the fact. So at this game, Mama J is the quote-unquote loser. So she is met with an offer of $25,000, but she will have to leave the game. And Mama J says, goodbye. I do not want to be here with these people anymore. Great for Mama J. I would have done the same. The bad thing about it is Winnie and Tolu are now down a number, and Winnie's fate is officially sealed. So Winnie decides that before they go down to the voting ceremony, trust ceremony, that she's going to lay Lindsay's game out on the table. In a calm voice, she tells everybody her thought process. You told me you didn't blow out my candle. You told me you didn't blow out my candle. You told me you didn't blow out my candle. Then I figured out that it must have been Lindsay. And Lindsay lied because she said that she didn't blow out anybody's candle. So why would she blow out my candle? And then it dawned on me that she has been playing both sides. She would come to us with information from y'all, and then she'll get information from us and go and tell y'all, all the while smiling in everybody's faces, acting like she isn't playing the game and she's the biggest snake here. She has single-handedly had a hand in everybody who's going home, and I can't say the same. Lindsay starts this anxiety rocking back and forth, but it really makes you look like a psychopath because you really do it when you caught in a lie. It's not to calm you down. It's because you caught in a lie. That's what it is. That's what it's doing. So ultimately, Winnie does still go home. But I'm happy that she at least put somebody on blast on her way out the door. And I'm proud that my girl, it goes home with $20,000. Boom, mic drop. Now, for episode 7, Brian gets a vote because he won the last trust game. The people gave him the most chips because Brian is so honorable. Ooh, but yet he went against his own. I don't want to vote nobody out the house to vote Winnie out of the house. Okay. Anyhow, he gets $30,000 for winning. He gets $30,000 for winning that trust game, and 3 votes are blocked at random. Later on in the episode, Lindsay flips her lid on the boys. She goes off on them. First off, Tolu came outside to just talk to everybody. Mind you, her quote-unquote big sister has left the game, but she's still trying to socialize, and Lindsay dismisses her. Can you go inside? I'm trying to talk to the boys. I'm like, no, bitch, then you go outside and talk to the boys. I'm out here now. The fuck you talking about? Can I go inside? No, bitch, can you go inside? You got me fucked up. But Tolu went inside the house. Better than me, I'll tell you that much. how she's younger and more mature than me, because I would have went off on her ass. I would have went off on that girl ass. Anyways, then she blows up at the boys. You guys outed your secret spy. Now I'm vulnerable. She's yelling at them. She's cursing at them. She's cussing them out. She's using hand gestures. Like, you want to know aggressive? That was aggressive, Lindsay. That was aggressive. That was threatening. How everybody said Winnie was, Winnie ain't never did none of that. She attacked me at that table. She did not attack you. She talked in a calm voice. She never called you out her name. She never cursed. She just told it like it was. And you didn't like that. But now you being attacked. It's giving Karen. And I'm not here for it. I'm so happy that Lindsay went home that episode. Okay, my bad. I skipped the part. It's the last trust game. And it's everybody's voting history. And this is when the boys find out. This is when the boys find out that Lindsay has voted for everybody except for Simone. And Julie has voted for everybody. Julie has casted a vote at every elimination. And Tolu voted for who they knew she voted for. So at this point, I don't understand how the guys were still, oh, we don't trust Tolu. We don't trust Tolu. When the people who have been smiling in your face, Julie and Lindsay, y'all didn't even know the dirt they did, but y'all knew what Tolu did. Can you make it make sense to me? How is Tolu still the target, and how is she still the villain? Racism. That's what it gives. That episode, Lindsay did go home because Gasper and I don't know, I think Tolu and Gasper both voted her out. And even though Gasper didn't want to vote, he felt that Lindsay was unstable. She was. I don't know why the producers didn't let her bring her medication on this show, because she desperately needed it. Episode 8 was the finale, and basically it was the last Vault Trust. Could the guys trust the girls, Tolu and Julie, to share the money at the very end? Okay, that's what the whole episode was about. I can't remember what there was specifically, but that was the last vote. And Tolu went into the vote, and everybody passed up the offer, and she took the offer of taking out, I believe, $20,000, $25,000 from the trust. And then she still voted to share the rest with everybody else. So at the end of the season, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Brian won the most because he had $30,000. Tolu had an additional $25,000. And Julie had an additional $15,000. Everything else was split between the remaining cast members, those three, as well as Jake and Gasper. Boom. That is the end of episode 8 and my recap for episodes 5 through 8. My overall thoughts about this show was, it was a good concept. I just wish the cast was more likable. I really wasn't rooting for anybody. But that latter half of the season, as previously stated, I was rooting for Winnie and or Tolu, because at that point, it was really just a lot of microaggressions, and I didn't like that at all, y'all. It really made it a hard watch for me, to be 100% honest. I believe they were just renewed for a season 2, and I also found some of the cast members on Instagram. They didn't have a reunion per se, but they did answer some questions pertaining to the show individually or in pairs. So, y'all can go search for that if y'all want to see that. With that being said, I have just recently watched Surviving Paradise on Netflix as well. So I'm going to be dropping a season review over that. So be sure you like, comment, and subscribe to stay tuned. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.